All right, just a quick add-on to that video. Let's think of another way that maybe might make a little bit more intuitive sense on how to know which values to use um, as you go along on your wave. And so let's take the period. Either we'll do 2 pi over 3. So we know the period is going to be 2 pi over 3, or 2/3 pi, because we went through and we found that out. We did remember our formula here of 2 pi over b. Our b value is 3, so our period is going to be 2 pi over 3. Now think of the sine and cosine waves, that they have kind of 4 key points. They're going to be at 0, your first turn around the circle, so being at what would normally be 90 degrees. You're halfway around the circle, the unit circle, and now you're at 120 degrees, or sorry, 180 degrees, and 3/4 around the circle, being 270 degrees. And then I guess you can think of a full turn being at fifth point, but really that's your first one again. So if we think of those key points of where we're graphing, because you're going to get your maximums, your minimums, and zeros in there. If you take your period, you know that 2 pi over 3 is your period. We can divide this into fourths. So multiply it by 1/4. Now that's going to give us, let's see, 2 pi over 12. We're going to reduce that down to 1 pi over 6. And now we can see why pi over 6, that being each of our kind of steps along the way, each of our key points. So pi over 6, then 2 pi over 6. Hey, that's 2 pi over 6. That's really just pi over 3. Then 3 pi over 6, and hey, that's half of pi. And lastly, 4 pi over 6, so just adding a sixth each step along the way. 4 pi over 6 reduces down to 2 pi over 3. So that's another way that you can think about it. Or, same thing with degrees. If we had 120 degrees, and we knew that we had to break it up into fourths to find kind of those key points, the max, the mins, and the zeros, then we'll also, same idea, multiply it by 1/4. Where is 1/4 along the way? And so, hey, 120 over 4, that gives you 30 degrees. And so 30 degrees more, 30 degrees more, 30 degrees more. And that might be another way to think about how do I know which points I want on my graph. So hope that helps.